Hello and welcome to this week's Anuata Energy Clearing Healing. So the topic this week is power and money, and it feels so important right now that we get familiar with this topic, that we understand what's going on with this topic, because what's playing out on the global stage is really an abuse of power and an abuse of wealth. And what we don't want to be doing is making that behavior those things. So we don't want to be like, it would be so easy right now to blame it on wealth and to blame it on power. But actually, of course, we know those things aren't true. And so we just want to make sure that in our internal system and in our internal structures, that we're not deciding those things to be true, and that we're not misaligning ourselves, and also that we're not judging those things, because we will inevitably give our power away by doing that. And what we actually need more than ever right now is for all of us to come back to our inner power, and where nothing on the external can affect our inner power. And that is the highest truth. And that does not mean that we spiritually bypass or avoid what is actually happening and what is actually going on. And we need to feel without being consumed. We need to feel without being pushed off our balance and without being taken off our center. And because it's important that we cannot just ignore, because that means we're not actively partaking in what is playing out here right now on Earth in humanity. And we need to be active, because not passive, because we have roles to play. And the one thing I will say is that whatever is stirring, and I think I said it last week as well, but whatever is stirring for anyone, it's for you personally to drop into deeper and deeper, and it will be part of your role. It will be part of what you're here to stand for, part of what you're here to share, part of what you're here to contribute, part of what your gifts are. And if you need any help with that on an individual level, then you come to me and we can do private sessions, because we want to be like really getting to the root of this, really getting in deep with who you are and what you stand for in your role, etc., because you're so needed right now. And we are in an extremely powerful time astrologically, and I have talked about that a little bit this year already. But we're coming into this solar eclipse, and very much what that is about is choosing, choices, and the choices being, in my mind, the old way, new way. So anything, and this is what we're kind of like, discomfort is coming up right now for a lot of people and collectively, because we need to make new choices for us. Like, we need to absolutely see ourselves fully and see where we are acting from the old way. And we're seeing that play out globally. Like, the old way is crumbling, and there's an internal job with that as well. Like, our old systems, our old conditioning is crumbling too, and we need to bring as much awareness to that as we possibly can, so that we can recognize it as the old way and put it behind us, and then step into our new choices. And what do our new choices look like? And on a day-to-day level, I would actually encourage, start to actively make new choices. And it doesn't mean that anything's better or worse than what you were doing, but it's like, I'm stepping into a new energy, because astrologically we're going into a new energy, and obviously the spring equinox is the start of the astrological year, but very much we're going into a new energy. We're done with the past. We're done with that behavior that we are seeing globally right now. We are not accepting it anymore, therefore we're making new choices. And it starts, we all know this, inside the internal job. So Even if it's like you normally get up in the morning and do X, Y, and Z, how about change it? How about do A, B, C? Just so that you're in new choices, and make sure they feel, when you feel into what those choices are, does it make my heart open? Does it make me feel alive? That's being in your deepest kind of connection and alignment. And routines are very good, but at the same time, and that also depends on your design, etc. But at the same time, when you're deciding to make new choices, new pathway, new ways of being, you need to do something new. And you need to be very, very, very aware of what is past for you, not for anyone else, but for you. What is your past behaviors? What is your past kind of conditionments or wounding or whatever it is that you are letting go of now? Like right here, right now, stepping into new energy. And that is where you're going to start aligning deeper and deeper to your inner power and the truth of your inner power. And in that, you start creating money and wealth from that place. Because even if it was working really well for you over the last 5 years, how you were making money, it won't continue to, because we are in a different evolutionary time now. This crumble we're seeing play out is those structures dissolving. So even if, and this is not about an avoidance of the masculine or the structures and things like that. It's about it coming from the internal, inner power, inner love, heart-centered ways of being, creating structures from there, creating new systems. They have to be new, because everything else is going to crumble this year, and we're only at the start of it. We are only at the very, very, very start. So even like when you're connecting to and thinking about how am I going to make money this year, how am I creating this year, it's got to feel new for you, alive for you, because the whole energy field is changing, the whole magnetism is changing of how we do that. So that is what we're working on today, and we're going to go into our meditation and into our theta state and see what comes through collectively for the group, so that we can clear out anything that's ready to be cleared out, and activate anything that's ready to be activated, to come into your center, to come into your power, and to come into your creations. So closing down the eyes, and we're going to breathe in 3 times together. So breathing in through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it at the top. When you're ready, you can just release and let go of anything that isn't serving you. Breathing in again. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it at the top. And when you're ready, releasing and letting go as you soften through your heart space, opening, activating the heart space. And we're going to do one more breath. And if you're sitting up and you'd like to, you can take the fingers all the way to the sky as we breathe in. Inhaling in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connecting to that inner power. Hold the breath in. Setting a little intention for this session today. Holding it for as long as you can. Calling in the central line, the central energetic line through your body, from the pelvis all the way to the crown and beyond. And when you're ready, you can release. Sinking deeper and deeper into your body. deeper and deeper into the space through the heart, allowing the heart space to expand, to grow, to move beyond the physical, allowing your awareness to drop down, 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 deeper and deeper into the earth. Deeper and deeper down you go, through the layers, all the way down into the white light, the core of the earth, and see if you can connect there to a pulsation, to a heartbeat, to a wave, or a vibration. Allow that to activate. Tune in another 10%. As you feel that aliveness moving up, up, up through the layers, into the soles of the feet, through the ankles, through the legs, the knees, thighs, into the root, into the womb, into the solar plexus, up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, softening and opening the heart space a little more again, and a little more. As you allow all that tension, pressure, or stress around the shoulders to dissolve into the throat, the jawline, the chin, the back of the skull, the teeth, the mouth, the tongue, the cheekbones, the ears, eardrums, side of the skull, the temples, the nose, the eyeballs dropping in the eye sockets, switching on the third eye, cleaning, cleansing, clearing with that earth energy, and the forehead and the crown. Moving into the space above your head, seeing a small version of you or your awareness into the ball of light above your head. And we're going to go up through the sky, deeper and deeper into your consciousness, higher and higher, through the stars, past the planets, through the universe, into the planes of light. Keep going faster and faster. Up, 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 into the golden mist, through the jelly-like substance, into the pink mist, and then into the seventh plane. Go deeper and deeper into the pearlescent iridescent light, into infinite source, creator of all that is. As you dissolve the ball of light around you, allowing yourself to be fully held and seen, and receive the unconditional love in this place, in this space, sending to all parts of your body, cells, bones, organs, tuning into which parts of your body feel really alive in this moment. Allowing the rest of your body to respond to that aliveness. Anywhere that's dormant and needs waking up, or this more of this sensation, allow yourself to spread that feeling to all parts of you now. awakened, alive, attuned. Okay, and on a personal level, we're going to send a healing of unconditional love to all that's been moving through the collective. Just witnessing all of the feelings that have shown up for you, any sensations that have shown up for you. And we're going to witness a healing of unconditional love, pearlescent light, to all parts of you. To all of those deep feelings. Like everyone here is a really deep feeler. And the awareness of knowing that what plays out collectively affects us on some level or another. And so we're just going to send a healing of unconditional love to all of that within us now. Nodding or saying yes to receive that. Healing, resolving, dissolving. Really healing, resolving, dissolving. Anywhere that there's like any avoidance within you, to kind of accept or see that what's played out has happened or is true, or not about whether it's true or not, but it's like there's a bit that's like, oh, I don't want to know, you know. It's just let's just send that part of you a little bit like more healing, unconditional love, and let's just look at that little part of you that doesn't really want to know, and what it's triggering for her, and that pain within that is not yet resolved, that is not yet healed, that is not yet being seen, that has been hidden deep, dark in the shadow. Let's see her now. Let's bring her into the light. All those fears, bringing her into this space where she can be held, where she can be seen through the creative all that is, through the seventh plane, through infinite source and light. All the parts of her that were not witnessed, that were not honored. And in your ancestral lines, all the feminine before, all of those parts that you're holding in your DNA, all the injustice, all the unfairness, all the sacrifice, all the victimization of what the smaller versions and ancestral versions have endured. We're going to send so much unconditional love. And anywhere it's like that feeling of I want to bring out into the light that feeling of gobbled up. Like, I don't know why I just saw that, but that's a vision that I had, and the feeling of this like I want to be gobbled up. I want to disappear. And that's where it's like there's a lot of shame attached to that. And that's why it's been so deeply, darkly hidden within. Let her be free. Let that part be free. Let her be seen. Bring her into the light. Let her be represented in this space. Let us all stand for her, for that part of her. Something, I'm losing my voice, something with the throat as well, obviously. And I want you to just tune in now to what she needs to say, what she needed to say. And I want you to speak the words out if you can. You're all on silent. Speak out what she was not able to say, what she was not able to express. And then what's coming up is speaking out your needs. And bringing in what it feels like, and we have worked on this before, but it's another level of speaking, of knowing what it feels like to communicate, share, talk, and speak out our needs for her now. As the wiser, maturer, older woman that you are now, and also all of those words triggered something in everyone there about that not being a good thing. So can we just send a healing of unconditional love to all of that within you now? This like slight internal fight to stay young, because actually we want to honor our aging, our wisdom, our older, our wiser, our crone. This version of you is the version that really needs to stand now. This version of you is who really needs to come forward. We must. Well, the old way is like honoring the youth and the young, and it's not to say that we don't want to be youthful and radiant. We absolutely can at any age embody youthfulness and radiance, but we definitely want to be standing into our wise women and our crone and our aging and our getting older. So anywhere, on any level, space-time dimension, reality or language, that we have blocked our wise women, our aging, our crone, our older, deeper, expansive, feminine from coming through in a bid to stay young. If you are willing to do so, can we please heal, resolve, dissolve through the loud creator, destroy and uncreate? Nodding or saying yes if you'd like to receive that. And that we cannot heal humanity and we cannot heal the feminine until we're prepared to stand in our wisdom as the feminine and honor our ages and our wisdom. And we cannot heal the youth within us. We cannot heal the younger version. We cannot heal the inner child within us until we accept, love, nurture our aging and expand exponentially into our aging. So would you like to know what it feels like to be able to heal, nurture, love our inner child, to bring through our young spirit, our youthful radiance, our youthful beauty, and stand into the exponential growth of our aging, of our feminine wisdom, of our crone, of our wise woman, of our leadership, guide leadership within the feminine. Nodding or saying yes to receive what that feels like, that you know how to, and that you get to choose this on any level, every level, in every moment. This embodiment, this sacred embodiment of the alive truth of who we are, with the healed inner youthful radiance, beauty, magic, in coherence and alignment with the aging, older, wise woman that you are, as you evolve and grow in every moment. The most inevitable truth there is that you evolve and grow in every moment. I can feel a massive relief across everyone's energy there. Huge relief, like, oh gosh, yeah, I just get to be exactly where I am, exactly who I am, and not give power away to anything else, to anything I am not. And releasing as we're all of those old stories, old ways. I'm going to witness that, all of that healing, resolving, dissolving, dissipating from your field, from your body, from your cells even, because there's actually something about that resistance to aging you physically. So would you like to know what it feels like for the cells to be activated in youthful radiance, glow, beauty, inner magic, as you grow wiser and older? Nodding or saying yes to receive that to every cell of the body. Flooding it with infinite source, unconditional love. Remembering all those things don't have an age. The physical doesn't really need an age. It's not about the physicalness of it. It's not about what you look like. That can be infinitely whatever you want it to be. And the more you align to the inner beauty, the inner magic, the inner sparkle, the more that will radiate from you. Witnessing that update for everyone, including on the on the replay. Okay, there's a huge shift in internal power here. and connection to self. And also we're just releasing, I'm witnessing now, releasing all the stories of nonsense around um, around usefulness and it's not nonsense around usefulness, sorry, it's, let me just get it right. All the noise and the stories around projected usefulness, beauty, you know, all of that shadow stuff, which has led to what's been happening. All of that dissipating from your field, no longer projected upon you on any level, any space, time, dimension, reality, or language, consciously sending it back to senders in the highest and best way possible through the light of Creator. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's gone, done. There we go. There we go. So then you get to be this like sparkle of you, entirely of you. And the radiance and the magnetism and the beauty and everything that comes when it's about you. This like what I'm seeing here is like this like the level of magnetism, the level of beauty, the level of magic, everything when it's only about you is shining beyond, so far beyond everything else and any other stereotypical view of it. Okay, so with this knowing, this is where your magnetism starts, your inner power. It's like an activation of this kind of gem from within. Mm-hmm. And then like what's happening is this like bloom of internal growth and structures, but it feels like it's very much collaborative. And I think we understand this year, or it doesn't even matter what year it is, but it's definitely feminine growth is like a rose bush, like, you know, the flowers all kind of, they do all bloom together. They're all in their own cycles, but they do all bloom together, and, you know, they're sharing resources there on all the levels, and they bloom together and they grow together. And it's very much like that for the collective, feminine collective. Yeah, always. So anywhere, so if you'd like to know what it feels like to bloom and grow in your natural cycles alongside the feminine collective, just nodding or saying yes to receive what that feels like, what it feels like as a new way, what it feels like as an activated new structure within, or an activated new system within. and always in your own way, in your own journey, in your own path, in your own uniqueness. But just releasing any of that pitting against each other, or the competition, or the fight, or any of that stuff. That's old system, old ways, old conditioning. Any way you got any remnants of that, let's release that now. Heal, resolve, dissolve, destroy and uncreate, into the light of creator, into infinite source. That allows you to just breathe and open more, because you can do it right alongside each other. And you gain from like seeing each other bloom. You gain from like the scent. Imagine the rose. You gain from the scent of each other blooming, the energetic field of each other blooming, the vibrancy, the frequency. Again, like a rose has the highest frequency, one of the highest frequencies of any flower. It's that allowing yourself to be so activated by each other and opened by each other. This is where we really come. That's really where things will move. And collective power. And I don't. It's like have real resistance to even tuning into the word money here, because it doesn't feel relevant. Because it doesn't feel like it's not about that. It's about the value you are, the value you bring, like the sovereignty, the endless abundance. And actually, like, how I feel like seeing it now is that there will always be like a beautiful, incredible exchange for that. And it can be money, and it can be something else. It can be trade, it can be something, you know? So it's not so much about like money, although of course you're absolutely worthy of receiving whatever you desire to receive, and you're absolutely worthy of calling in any number that you desire to receive. But go bigger than that. Really a desire, really tune into the desire of what you want to create on a big level that has enormous impact for you, for your family, for your community, for your friends, for humanity, for the earth. Like, go big. What do you want to create? And everything, and that's where you create the wealth to fall into place with that, because it's about the big vision that allows the wealth to drop in. And aligning to that feeling, sensations of that big vision, as if you were the rose. And like the layer upon layer and upon layer upon layer, those petals being all of your creations. And magnetism. And I just want to connect a little bit here to desire. Allowing, just for this moment, that pulsation of desire as you're feeling into and as you're feeling this presence, this aliveness of being the rose, what are the desires? Allow that sensation of desire to be alive for you, to be in your body, to be in your system. And can we bring in what it feels like to have inner systems and structures in place that support your desire? And anywhere that you had the belief that systems and structures crush your desire because that's what's happened to you before, can we please pull, cancel, delete, destroy and uncreate, heal, resolve, dissolve, all of that within you now. And bring in the awareness of what it feels like to have full expression of desires alongside internal structures and systems, new internal structures and systems to hold and magnify your true desires and your true visions, that they give you the internal structure to be able to hold all that you desire. And we're no longer self-sacrificing, blocking or limiting our desires, because that's our life force. That's our inner power. Explore them, lean into them, open them, free them. Allow them to be. Let's witness them being present right here, right now, in this space, alive and awakened for you. And layer and layer and layer and layer and layer of them. Allow yourself to be in the richness of all your desires. Allow them to flow now. Exactly like all of the petals of the rose being desires. Because the desires are the creations, become the manifestations. They have to be your true desires though. And you have to access that depth of you where you allow the freedom of your true desires. Opening and freeing. Fully seen in the light, fully witnessed through infinite source in this space right here, right now. Okay, filling yourself up with unconditional love. Placing a ball of protection around your field, programmed to allow that of your highest in, and that you radiate the fullness, the freedom of all your desires. Dropping all the way through the pinkness, the jelly-like substance coming back down through the sky, hovering over your head as you allow yourself to fully receive integrate and update the energy, clearing, healing through your body, through the soles of the feet, deep down into the earth, spreading far and wide like seeds, roots, your desires into the earth, into the planet, into this reality, into this humanity. And that is your connection to power and money. And so much more. Plugging into the core, connecting to the pulsation of the earth, of source, and of your soul. All the way up into the feet, back into the body, and then filling the ball around you with iridescent light, protection, radiant, alive, alert, awake. Placing the hands onto the heart center, breathing into the heart space, inhaling in, and release and let go. Coming back to your original intention, breathing into the heart space, gratitude to yourself for showing up for yourself, and releasing. Inhaling in, and release. Rubbing the palms together, feeling that connection to the skin, to the palms, to the heat between the palms as you gently touch your cheeks, your forehead, placing over the eyes, gently blinking open the eyes when you're ready. And I'm going to stop recording now. Thank you to all of those who joined on the replay, and do reach out if you ever need anything. Thank you, thank you, thank you.